Talitakum is a network of Catholic sisters against human trafficking.
Sister, what's the youngest trafficked person that you encountered?
As early as 3 years old. The trafficker used internet to victimize children, women, all the vulnerables. This issue is real. It can happen to anyone. It can happen in any country. It's a business thing. 150 billion US dollar a year. It's a business.
150 billion
a year.
I think, Sister, that it's taking over the drug business, because whereas you can sell drugs one time, you can keep using a human over and over and over again.
Exactly. Exactly. And this crime must stop. So that's why our network is spreading and is expanded enormously all over the world. It's not only for advocating one thing, but it's systemic change. We need to get the value. Poverty is one factor. The migration issue is one factor.
Can you tell me a story, like a particular story that you can share with the viewers, the listeners, and how your organization helped?
Yeah, I can share with you my own story because Talitakum is a grassroots oriented. Most of our sisters working at the grassroots. What it means, we are really meeting the victims and survivors at the grassroots. So one of my stories, meeting victims, and you can tell their stories, most of them, sometimes, because I came from the Philippines. My mission was in Japan before coming to Rome, but I met many of women, especially the migrants from the Philippines. Sometimes they're really victims of exploitation and abuse. So the traffickers invited or recruited all the women. They were being promised to get a job, especially in Japan.
It's like kind of a hotbed for human trafficking.
Exactly.
So they promise people from the Philippines or other countries in hopes of a job to move there to do what? What do they think they're going to do?
Yeah, so sometimes they say, okay, you can find a good job in Japan, but sometimes, get trapped. They give promises a good job, but they ended up in doing different things. So, and this is a situation, and some of the women, of course, traffickers are traffickers, they believe what they're promised. And then sometimes there's a contract, but the contract they're being promised to is...
I mean, anyone can fabricate a few pieces of paper, right?
Exactly.
So they are held like in a building against their will and forced to have sex with people they don't want to have sex with, and this goes on in perpetuity? Like how?
Yes, not only for sexual exploitation, even labor exploitation.
Labor exploitation, and they don't get paid.
For example, right? The contract will say $1,000 US a month, and they ended up paying for only $200 a month.
Oh, and then
this is part of labor exploitation, and sometimes they work in a business that they were not against their will. They've been work in the fishing industry, in the agriculture industry, and sometimes it's really in a miserable situation. This is a situation that's real, and this is not happening, and it's not isolated in the case of in Japan, but this is happening in different parts of the world.
I know it's happening even in the United States, and I think it comes in through our borders. And there's everywhere I go now, I never used to see this, but I see human trafficking is a problem. Even on my hotel room door at the airport, human trafficking is a problem. If you or anyone is affected by this, call this telephone number. So it must be a giant issue that no one is talking about. Tell me, sister, how does your faith help you do this kind of work or interact or intersect with this?
Because this is our core of our identity, not only being a religious, but as a human person, as a woman. We care for human dignity. The dignities we care for. So this is my faith, and this is a response, it's a calling of most of the sisters. We cannot tolerate women or children being sold or being enslaved. So what we're doing is really to promote a dignity of women. We promote a human being. We don't want any more exploitations. We value the life. So this is my core of faith. So that's why we're trying to engage as many as people to join our campaign to end human trafficking. And this is the teaching of the Catholic Church.
Sister, in like a day-to-day way, how do you guys, does another organization go save the women and children, and then you guys are a safe house, or are you guys the boots on the ground going to save these people? How does it work?
Yes, so we don't work alone. We can only do some, we have limitation as well. As a Catholic sister, we are religious sisters. But we do a lot of networking and collaboration, not only the non-government organization or even government organization, other Catholic organization working in the same field. So collaboration is very important in our work. So once we receive or the people come to us or the victims, we communicate this one and collaborate with other organizations. What most of our sisters also, we have a shelter, we have a center that we accompany these women or the victims that during the process or the program of the transition and until this person is being really recovered from the trauma. But it's not easy.
It's not easy. Can you tell us a success story?
Story of Grace. When we met her, and she was a victim from the Gulf country.
What country?
Gulf country.
Gulf country, okay.
Yes. So I cannot give
It's
you
okay.
this information.
I just wanted to make sure it,
Yes.
I didn't misunderstand you.
Yes. So the sisters met her at the airport. So we accompanied her during her process, the traumatized, this psychological and physical. So until she recovered, sister accompanied her in many ways. And then later on, we gave her an alternative training program that she can also empower what she needs. And she says, I want to be a chef. So we gave her a program, just simple baking. And now she is recovered and she's doing her cooking in the street. And now she's granted a scholarship to become a nutritionist.
That's incredible. What a great story.
Yes, so this is how we empower the women as well. So they're recovered. They can really get up from their own suffering. Another person that is also a survivor, but she became a founder of an organization as well among the survivors as well to empower those being abused, that being survivors, to form a shelter as well, to encourage.
That's amazing.
So this person is now the founder of the survivors and also giving this also program and giving awareness among them. So, and she recovered and she's now
helping others.
Yes, helping others and owns shelters as well.
Do you introduce prayer to the victims, or how does do you do any of that when you take them in as a safe haven? When Talita Kum is a safe haven for them, do you introduce prayer into their lives at all, or do you just back off from that?
No, we respect whatever the women, especially women, are, the girls, respect whatever their creed or their religion. But most of all, they know that we are Catholic, so the sister accompanied them. Of course, when they come to the church or prayers, especially this story of Grace. So when every day the sister will go to mass or will go to prayer, and she accompanied them. So that's it, become inspiration to her.
Oh, I see. You do it in a roundabout way.
Yes,
I love
but
that.
most likely we respect whatever the
religion they are.
is, yeah.
I love that.
So, but we are also, as a Catholic sisters, I don't know, you heard about Saint Bakita. Saint Josephine Bakita is a patron saint of victims of human trafficking. So we introduced this as a campaign of the Talita Kum. It's always celebrated, commemorate on February 8th.
I should make you candles, Saint. I make candles, prayer candles, that are saint-based. I should make you a Saint Bakita. Am I saying it right?
Yes, Saint
Bakita. I didn't know her prior to today.
So, I mean, she was also, she herself was a victim of human trafficking at the age of 8.
You know what? I'm wrong. I know it. I know the saint.
Mm.
She was she was sex trafficked, and then she
was
became
sold
a
as,
nun.
yes,
Right,
exactly.
I know the saint. I do know the saint. What a beautiful story she has.
Yes, and that's
From Africa, right?
yes, from
Yes. Oh, I do know it.
Dupur. I mean, she's really
She's a beautiful story.
a beautiful story, and that's why we carry this and we promote this every February 8th. That's her feast day of Saint Bakita.
I will make you guys a St. Paquita candle because I first heard about her from Father Dan Rehill. He told me her story, and she's such a inspirational story as a saint.
Exactly, and that's why we carry on because this is the story of Saint Bakita, and she herself recovered, and she forgave her perpetrator. And the story of she was slave sold when she was 7 years old twice already, and she became a nun, but she recovered. The most important is the freedom and dignity. That's what the message of Saint Paquita. And this is how we carry this, and we celebrate it. Even Pope Francis introduced us. And Talita Kum is coordinating this as every year to promote these campaigns. We call it, the Pope Francis introduced this since 2015. And this is, we're already almost 11 years. February 8th is our great campaign, and we invite all over the world to join this campaign, even from different parts of the world, the regions, to join this campaign. International Day of Prayer and Awareness Against Human Trafficking, and we are promoting this. So this coming February, we invited young people, as well as survivors, as well as celebrities like you, probably.
I'm not a celebrity.
With the media, please to join our campaign. Our theme for this time is Ambassadors of Hope. So because it inspired for the Jubilee year, so the message of hope. There's always a hope.
If people want to help Talita Kum, how do they help?
Just to join our campaign to promote awareness raising. This network is a Catholic Sisters-led network, but we also invite young people to join our campaign. And these are young people is now a protagonist among their peers because they know the language, and most of the vulnerable to trafficking are young people. So we also engage young people to give the awareness among themselves.
Did you watch the movie Sound of Freedom?
Sure. And of course, we were one of the, Talita Kum is one of the promoters of the Sons of Freedom. Of course, I would see this as a promotion, the awareness raising against this crime, and I really admire who promoted this movie. And that's why we said the movie makers, the media, we also help them to do this awareness raising through movie, through documentary. Not only the Sounds of Freedom, young people really engaged this. When I went to the Lisbon, the World Youth Day, many young people was inspired by this movie, and they really would like to help, just to promote, not only in the country that we know, that's in Africa, but Asia, but it's in anywhere, even in United States. This month is awareness against human trafficking and national awareness against human trafficking. And this has been, we have network in USA that's very strong, also promoting this.
My friend's husband, Alejandro Monteverde, made the movie Sound of Freedom, and it wasn't really supported in Hollywood, but it ended up, by word of mouth, doing really, really well. And people were like renting out movie theaters personally to promote the movie, and like just by word of mouth, it did really well. But I saw a statistic that said something like, in the United States, there's like, maybe in the world or United States, this is from when I was watching the movie, there's like 200 million child pornography videos circulating.
This is true.
It's true. I mean, how is that possible? That's insane. That there's like a market for that many child porn videos. It makes me think that the devil is up and roaming.
We have hope.
Sister, who's your favorite saint? I have a feeling I know, but maybe it's another one.
Well, of course, because this is our actually the patron saint, Saint Paquita. But one thing is we, of course, promote Saint Paquita, and as well and my own thing. Because I was born October 4, Saint Francis is my patron saint, so I do
Francis
believe.
of Assisi?
I do believe.
I love him too.
I do believe the power of prayer, so I really ask the guidance.
From St. Francis of Assisi.
Saint Francis.
Same with Carlo Acutis.
Saint
He was
Francis.
like
As
a big
young
devotee.
Yes.
I have a St. Francis candle I can give you. I think we have some here, don't we? Yeah, I have some here. I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
And you know what? I really want to make a St. Paquita candle and give you the profits from the candle, give your organization the profits from the candle. And I can send some to Italy, and we can have some in the United States that we ship.
Thank you. Thank
From
you
the
so
sale
much.
of our candles, we've donated $300,000 to St. Jude Children's Hospital.
Wow.
So we will do a St. Paquita candle for Toledo Cum. I know you're doing God's work in more than just prayer. I think it's like really putting prayer and God's work into action. I really want to thank you for that on behalf of the whole world. You're doing such a beautiful thing to the most sad group of people. Children, women, I mean men too, but it's like people that almost can't defend themselves.
Exactly. We have to also be aware what we are really contributing. We're probably not aware that all of us are contributing. Just be mindful, especially the chocolates that we are enduring.
Chocolates?
The chocolates
Like that we eat?
that we eat
Who would think this?
is child labor,
Wow.
exploitation of labor. If you go to the UNODC, we have all of this, the United Nations. This is
UNODC, and we will see a list of companies to
Yes.
avoid.
yes,
Okay, UNODC to see a list of companies to avoid for exploiting child labor, abusing wages, and
exactly.
wow.
Yeah. Our sisters in the grassroots, they go to the school as early as elementary schools. Children and the young people are more vulnerable. So if they're aware that it's happening, the reality of human trafficking or its exploitation, the more it can be reduced. So this is our campaign, actually.
Thank you, sister.
Thank you so much.